Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. No man is free who cannot command himself. Educate the children, and it won't be necessary to punish the men. There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in few. Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. In anger we should refrain both from speech and action. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. A man is never as big as when he is on his knees to help a child. No man is free who cannot control himself. Silence is better than unmeaning words. Choose rather to be strong of soul than strong of body. As long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Indeed, he who sows the seeds of murder and pain cannot reap the joy of love. Above all things, respect yourself. Let no one persuade you by word or deed to do or say whatever is not best for you. Above the cloud with its shadow is the star with its light. Most men and women, by birth or nature, lack the means to advance in wealth or power, but all have the ability to advance in knowledge. Salt is born of the purest parents, the sun and the sea. Reason is immortal, all else mortal. All is number. Number rules the universe. Declining from the public ways, walk in unfrequented paths. We ought so to behave to one another as to avoid making enemies of our friends, and at the same time to make friends of our enemies. As soon as laws are necessary for men, they are no longer fit for freedom. Choose always the way that seems the best, however rough it may be. Custom will soon render it easy and agreeable. Friends share all things. Anger begins in folly, and ends in repentance. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. The highest goal of music is to connect one's soul to their divine nature, not entertainment. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. Learn to be silent. Let your quiet mind listen and absorb. Don't try to cover your mistakes with false words. Rather, correct your mistakes with examination. Educate the children, and it won't be necessary to punish the men. It is better to be silent than to dispute with the ignorant. Know thyself, and thou wilt know the universe. Numbers have a way of taking a man by the hand and leading him down the path of reason. In anger we should refrain both from speech and action. As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace. For as long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. If you have a wounded heart, touch it as little as you would an injured eye. There are only two remedies for the suffering of the soul: hope and patience. There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. If you're asked, what is the silence? Respond, it is the first stone of the wisdom's temple. Learn silence. With the quiet serenity of a meditative mind, listen, absorb, transcribe, and transform. Hate and fear breed a poison in the blood, which if continued, affects eyes, ears, nose, and the organs of digestion. Therefore, it is not wise to hear and remember the unkind things others might say about you. The wise man should be prepared for everything that does not lie within his control. Truth is so great a perfection, that if God would render himself visible to men, he would choose light for his body and truth for his soul. Silence is better than unmeaning words. A man is never as big as when he is on his knees to help a child.